What's up? Today we'll be changing the cabin air filter on a 2018 Toyota Prius. Very easy to do. You can do it yourself, requires absolutely no tools. It'll probably take you about 15 minutes. It's going to save you a lot of money. I tend to be an STP guy, so the filter you're going to look for is the CAF1945P. There's actually a handful of filters that'll fit this vehicle, but this is the cheapest one. I used to use Fram, but there's a lot of folks on the internet that weren't very happy about that, so I converted. To access the filter, open the passenger side door and then open the glove box. On the right hand side, you'll see this little shock absorber thing. Just go ahead and pop it off. Now this one actually came loose, so I'm going to show you how to put that back on. To remove the glove box, you'll need to pinch it in on the left and right hand sides. Here's a close-up of the right hand side showing what I'm talking about. Then we're going to repeat on the left hand side. Now you can go ahead and just lower the entire glove box and set it on the floor. The cabin air filter is inside of this housing that we see here. There's a door that you'll remove by simply pulling out one of the sides. Let's go ahead and pull off the right hand side first, just by popping it off like this. And then from there, you'll be able to just basically remove it. There we go. And right inside, you'll see the cabin air filter. Go ahead and reach in, pull that bad boy out. There you go. We're going to pause right here. There's a lot of controversy every time I make a video showing a cabin air filter being replaced. I want you guys to note that the top of the cabin air filter is very dirty. You see the debris in there? Also notice that the blower housing is on the underside of the filter. And here's why this is all important. Some cabin air filters will have an arrow that shows the flow of the air. In this case, the air is flowing downwards. That's the way we took it out. Some manufacturers will actually put an arrow pointing upwards with the word up next to it. I'm calling this out for two reasons. Number one, to make sure that you put your filter in correctly. Number two, to dispel any ideas out there that I'm doing this wrong. Okay, so now what you want to do is make sure that your filters, the new one and the old one, match. Put them on top of each other is how I do it. Just verify I got the correct filter before I try to jam it into the housing. Now these filters are the same size, but there's a very distinct difference that I want to call out. You see the edge here that runs along the length of this? It's actually opposite the filter I just removed. Here's another shot of them side by side. In order to get them to match up, I had to rotate them. So they're technically the same size, but the rib or the edge is different. This means if I install the new filter based off the position of that edge, it won't fit. If you take a look here, it's actually sticking out, and there's a gap on the right-hand side of the top of the housing. So on top of making sure it's right side up, when you install your filter, make sure that it sits correctly. Once that's done, you can go ahead and reinstall the door that goes on it. Now, some of the doors actually have an arrow pointing up with the word up next to it. So if you have that, just make sure you're putting it right side up. Once you get it on there, go ahead and snap it in place. If the little shock absorber thing popped out, the one that lets your glove box open slowly, we're gonna go ahead and put that back on right now. There's like this pointy anchor inside the glove box housing, and you're basically gonna snap the shock absorber onto it, the hole towards the bottom. And it basically just pops in place. And that's it. So putting on the glove box has been tricky for some folks. So you see these hinge points here on the bottom side? The bottom of the glove box has clips that will attach to those hinges. So you're gonna lift the glove box off and you're gonna place those clips onto the hinge point there. You're just gonna kind of press it in place. It's not gonna lock yet. From there, you're gonna lift it upwards, and as you do, those clips will catch, and then you can go ahead and just push the glove box up to get those hooks to catch again. Might take a little bit of force, but there it is. That's how you replace the glove box. Now the little shock absorber thing that we fixed, you're gonna go ahead now and you're gonna attach it to the anchor point on the actual glove box. And again, it just snaps in place. And again, this is what lets your glove box open slowly instead of just dumping open. From there, you can go ahead and close the glove box. That's it. The job is done. Just like that, you're now done. Again, saved you a tremendous amount of money. I hope that this video has been helpful. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like. If you found it useful, be sure to subscribe or leave a comment below.